tonight with us. Give it up for Chris. Come to the stage. I was going for an introduction.
Oh, that was great. Like the best.
I bet you haven't had one of those before, have you?
No, I haven't. And it takes some real wisdom to come with no shoes on, too. So that's.
This is Bali, man.
Hey, this is Bali. Okay.
The stage is yours.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. So I know some of you. I don't know others of you, but I'm thrilled to have this opportunity to spend a little bit of time with you. One thing I have to say about Daniel is that he knows how to roast. No. What I know how to. No, what I like about Daniel, I really appreciate Daniel a lot. And we recently did this podcast, and he did, I don't know, who saw the video that he put out? The video that was kind of a little introduction. Yeah, he did such a spectacular job of that. I think that I was super impressed. I'm impressed by this evening. I feel terrible that I wore no shoes. I was wearing my sandals. I'm like, I can't wear sandals up there. Okay, I'll go barefoot. But in any case, I've been, I'll tell you just a little bit about myself. I got into the field of personal development it was about 28 years ago. And actually, even earlier than that. I mean, like many of you here, we're probably kindred spirits in that when I was a kid, I took my first transcendental meditation class when I was 10 years old. I've been a martial artist all my life since the time I was 12. I got into hypnosis when I was 10 or 12 or something like that, mostly because I had problems. So mostly because my parents were my parents were divorced when I was 5, and so my stepfather got me into this stuff to help to put my mind at ease with all the angst that I was feeling when I was young. But nonetheless, fast forward, I turned 24 years old, not right after 10 or 12. That would have been that would have been real personal development, right? No, but I fast forward in my life, I was 24 years old, and I had worked for 6 years for Club Med. So I worked in the hotel resort industry. I was in charge of windsurfing and scuba diving and sailing and all that sort of thing. But I missed this key period of life. It was a blast. I mean, I really had a good time. But I missed this key period of life where you learn how to make your life work. So age 18 to 24, I'd never balanced a checkbook, never cooked a meal, never folded my own clothes. Some of you go, we can tell. So I came back out. I was 24 years old. I had to make my life work. And so out of desperation, more than anything else, I dove into personal and professional development. And somebody came to me and said, Chris, if you want to do coaching, take a hypnosis class, take a weekend hypnosis class, and then you can develop a skill set and go out there and you can always build on that skill set. And so that's what I ended up doing. But I remember at that early time, I was reading Think and Grow Rich. Who's read that book before? Right? So we've read, it's harder to see in the back. Raise your hand high if you've read Think and Grow Rich. Okay. All right, so I was reading the book Think and Grow Rich, and there was something in that book that really sparked a thought in me. And the one thing that he talked about over and over and over again was the concept of single-mindedness of purpose. Single-mindedness of what, please? Oh, say it real loud. Single-mindedness of what? Purpose. Thank you. So single-mindedness of purpose. Getting your mind clear on the one thing that you wanted to do. And it's kind of like Warren Buffett said. He said, life is like a snowball. What we need is a really long hill and some really wet snow. And there's a compounding effect that can occur when we find what that really long hill and that really wet snow is as early as possible. Who's ever, and this will age me for sure, this will fit right into his narrative, but who saw the movie Honeymoon in Las Vegas? Anybody see that movie before? Okay, just what I said, right? Like, jeez. So in this movie, it was with Nicolas Cage. If you guys have heard of him, he's an actor that, okay. So Nick Cage, and so they get married in Las Vegas, and of course there's Elvis impersonators everywhere, and there's like 300 Elvis impersonators. There's an Elvis impersonator convention that's happening at the wedding. And there's the youngest Elvis impersonator at the time. He was 4 years old, and they found a real kid who was really 4 years old, who was really an Elvis impersonator. And he was like, and he was just working it, and he was doing Elvis like the best of them. And I looked at this kid, and I'm watching this kid. I just saw this recently, and I look and I go, you know who that is? That's Bruno Mars. That was Bruno Mars when he was 4 years old. And then I went and I looked for interviews on him, and he's like, I want to be an Elvis impersonator. You know, that's what I am. That's what I do. And he's 4 years old. But it's no wonder that he became such a superstar sensation because, and I love that, that's like my favorite right now. But it's no wonder because he found that really long hill with that really wet snow at such an early age. And that idea of we hear about compounding interest in terms of money. That idea exists also in terms of our life purpose, our passion, living our dreams. Because the more concentrated energy and effort we pour in a singular direction for a longer period of time, we get the opportunity to start creating that snowball effect, that compounding effect. And so Napoleon Hill also talked about the idea of burning the ships. Burning the what, please? The ships, burning the ships behind you. So you traveled, Julius Caesar did that when he would attack the other shore. He would burn his own ship, so the only way out was through. And the idea of cutting yourself off from any other possibility but your dream, but the direction that you're going is such a big principle, which if we embrace that principle, practically guarantees success. It's like the actor Harrison Ford said, the reason I created success in the field was because I just outlasted you guys know who Harrison Ford is, right? Okay, all right. It was a joke, I know you know who Harrison Ford is. But he said, I just outlasted everybody because so many people come and go along the way. And so I made the commitment that I was gonna become a speaker. And at first I said I was gonna speak around the United States, and I couldn't dream big enough back then because eventually, we'd go on and do that. We went out and spoke around the United States. I worked for Dale Carnegie training. It wasn't an easy path. There were a lot of ups and downs along the way. I ended up teaching for the American Institute of Hypnotherapy. I used to teach clinical hypnosis all across North America. And then I ended up teaching for a guy by the name of Tad James with Advanced Neurodynamics, and it was the largest NLP training company in the world at the time. We ended up launching our company in 2002. We became 10 times larger. So we did $100 million in sales of our seminars and our programs and all that around the world. And it was really an amazing journey that I took. And then I lost it all in 2010. And who's read the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, right? So wonderful book. What happens at the very end when Santiago's on his journey and he's at the pyramids, which was, that was the treasure that he was searching. It was supposed to be at the pyramids. What happens at the very end? Anybody? Yeah, he gets robbed and he gets the hell beat out of him, right? And he's at the last leg, and he finally finds his treasure at the very end. But isn't it true that on the path we have some challenges, yes or no? Yes, and isn't it true that sometimes it's the biggest challenges that actually become the things that turn us into the person who could ultimately make that dream come true, yes or no? Yes, I mean, we wouldn't be in Bali if we didn't believe that at some level, right? That level of transformation. And I lost everything in 2010. When I lost everything, it felt like I was being ripped out of my skin. I went from millions to penniless overnight. And it was the worst, most horrible possible thing I could possibly imagine happening. I was in rehab, and my partner split up the business and he sold off the pieces. And I stayed stuck for 12 years. 12 years here, I built the largest NLP training company in the world. I taught thousands and thousands and thousands of people the tools, but I stayed stuck. Why? Because you can't read the label from the inside of the jar. When we're stuck in a problem, oftentimes that's all that we see is the problem. So when I lost everything, I remember in 2006, I was on Richard Branson's island, and I asked him, I said, how do you handle the stress of running all these companies? And he said, well, I have no stress. He said, if the Virgin companies were to fall out from underneath me today, I'd just go move to Bali or something. So I moved to Bali in 2010. Moved to Ubud, right? That's the place to live. And I lived there for a couple of years, went back home. The story is longer than I could possibly tell, but I got inspired finally after being stuck for 12 years. What inspired me finally was in November of 2022, I was in Poland. And I was visiting a girlfriend of mine out there who shared with me ChatGPT, and all of a sudden I had the ability to train the AI to do all the NLP techniques on me so I could change my world from the inside out. And I was inspired, and it worked. I was able to turn my life around. That was only 2 or 3 years ago that I got back up and going. I'm happy to say I'm going today. And I'd like to share with you something, because for the longest period of time, I had lost the passion. I had lost it. And they say where there is no vision, the people what? Perish. Where there is no vision, the people what? Perish. We need to have vision. But there were times in my life where I couldn't dream anymore. Who's been in that place before? Where, like, there were times in my life where I didn't want to dream anymore, where I just needed to take care of myself. And I know there's a lot of people here that can relate to that as well. There's so many gifts that I would like to share with you. I'm going to share with you a process I'm going to take you through real quickly here. But here's what I want to do before I share with it. Please write down this domain, chrishowardexperiences.com. Because what I'm also going to give you is when you fill out the form there, we have a program that's coming up that's based on The Alchemist, and I'm going to gift 10 sets of tickets to it. It's a paid event. 10 sets of tickets. They're $4,000 tickets, but we're going to look at the forms and we're going to do a prize draw from everybody that fills that out tonight, and we'll give 10 sets of those tickets out. We'll be reaching out to people over the next 2 days. So it's chrishowardexperiences.com. Just write that down, have it right there, because you have to fill it out tonight, and we'll do that prize draw for those. In the meantime, let's please stand, if you would. Please stand up. So that's chrishowardexperiences.com. You can go and find that. And right now, please close your eyes. And as you close your eyes right now, I want you to get a goal in mind. Where there is no vision, the people perish. So I want you to get a goal, something that you really want to have happen. And perhaps you have no clue how you're going to make this goal happen. And as you get this goal in mind right now, I want you to just imagine right now rising all the way up in the air, all the way up above the stream of time. So you've got the past stretching off in one direction, the future another. And as you rise up higher and higher up in the air, all the way up toward the heavens and beyond the heavens, and right out into the middle of space, and get ready if you would, as we begin to move the sands of time, playing amongst the stars, the Milky Way, Gemini, the Pleiades, Orion, dancing amongst the stars now. This is about the future, you know. So I want you to turn and look off toward the future across the broad expanse of time. And as you turn and look off toward the future, it's time to go zooming rapidly and unconsciously above your future time stream, all the way out into the infinite future of time. And notice if you can find the light at the end of your future time stream. And just go forward, right into the light. And allow your entire body to disappear in the light, becoming pure light and pure energy. The smallest part of which you can conceive becomes pure light and pure energy. All the way down to the molecular level, the quantum level, the space between the space becomes pure light and pure energy. And remember, you are the light, and the light is you. Now, just allow the thinnest shell of your body to begin to reform around the light. Yet your body can remain hollow and infinite so as to contain all of the light that's you. And now allow the light of you to begin to expand until it fills the entire room that we're in. The light, remaining infinite, can continue to reach outward until it fills all of Chengdu. Then allow the light of you to reach outward until it fills all of Bali, and then outward to the other continents, Europe, Africa, all of Asia, Australia, North America, South America, until the entire planet disappears in the light. And remember, you are the light, and the light is you. And you are the planet, and the planet is you. Now, just allow your consciousness to tune into and become one with the consciousness of the planet. And as your consciousness becomes one with the consciousness of the planet, allow the light of you to reach outward toward the sun. Make a tiny hole right inside the sun, and go right inside the sun and find the light behind the light, that infinite source of all light. And as the light of you becomes one with the light of the sun, allow it to reach outward to the other planets in the solar system, and beyond those to the other stars, and beyond those to the other stars, until the light of the universe becomes one with the light of you. And remember, you are the light, and the light is you. And you are the universe, and the universe is you. Now, there's a goal that you have, a vision of sorts. There's a reason why we're here, you and I. And as you bring this goal to mind, I'd like to suggest that you can begin to make all the connections you need to make that will allow this goal you're working on now to be massively successful. And notice that you can make that connection if you just look straight up above your head. That's right, making that connection at the unconscious level. Whatever it is you need will be supplied to you because of your connection to all that there is that will allow this goal you're working on now to be massively successful, making all the connections you need to make at the conscious level, the unconscious level. Whatever it is you need will be supplied to you because of your connection to the infinite that will allow this goal you're working on now to be massively successful. Now, notice that those connections can be made in the form of pictures, sounds, feelings, and ideas. Ideas that will lead you in the direction of making the kinds of changes that the universe is demanding for. Whatever it is you need will be supplied to you because of your connection to all that there is. Your unconscious mind can know whatever it is that you need to know. Your conscious mind can remember. Remember, whatever it is you need will be supplied to you. Now, perhaps there's a person or some people who need to assist you in making this goal be massively successful. And perhaps you may know these people, or perhaps you may not. It doesn't really matter, because way down deep inside at the unconscious level, we are all one, are we not? So as you bring these people to mind who will assist you in the accomplishment of this goal, I want you to notice that whatever it is you need to say to these people can be instantaneously communicated because of your connection to the infinite, because of your connection to all that there is, perhaps without your even having to say a thing about it consciously. And that perhaps they too may know others who can assist you, and they too may know others, and they too may know others. And as you bring all these people to mind who will assist you in the accomplishment of your goals, I want you to imagine a beam of light, like a ray of light, shooting forth from the space between your eyebrows, shooting out to each and every one of these individuals, filling each and every one of these individuals with light, so that they too may be risen to the same level of inspiration you're already feeling. And perhaps they too may know others who can assist you, and they too may know others, and they too may know others, and they too may know others. Now, once again, making all the connections you need to make and will continue to make tonight while you sleep, restfully and completely, your unconscious can continue to make all the connections that will allow you to drive your life in a new and powerful direction, in the direction of your greatest dreams, creating that snowball effect, that really long hill with that really wet snow, that cumulative effect that will allow you to begin to forge the life of your greatest dreams, making all the connections you need to make and will continue to make tonight while you sleep. Now, it's time to go zooming once again into the light at the end of your future time stream, allowing your entire body to disappear in the light, becoming pure light and pure energy. The smallest part of which you can conceive becomes pure light and pure energy, all the way down to the molecular level, the quantum level. The space between the space becomes pure light and pure energy. And remember, you are the light. And the light is you. And you are the universe. And the universe is you. Now, one final time, just allow the thinnest shell of your body to begin to reform around the light. Yet your body can remain hollow and infinite so as to contain all of the light that's you. Very good. Now, it's time to begin to come back for the light, but it's okay. You know where it is. You can come back at any time that you choose. So just begin to come back for the light, almost all the way back to now. Almost all the way back to now. Because there's one thing left to do, nor perhaps there's two. You see, this is about the future. So as you turn and look off toward the future, I want you to notice hundreds and hundreds of pictures of total success of this goal you're working on now, dropping down into your time stream like tiny diamonds of light, causing it to sparkle, to become brilliant and alive. And now leaving all that out there, knowing it is yours. Come rapidly and unconsciously all the way back to the here and now. In a moment, you'll open your eyes. Not yet, but in a moment. And when you do, you'll look at the world through new eyes. The eyes of someone who has wild anticipation of how you'll be behaving differently tomorrow, now that you've changed. So now go ahead and open your eyes. Go get your 3 hugs. 3 hugs, 3 hugs. Go get yourself 3 hugs. Just grab them right there. 3 hugs for being here. 3 hugs. Let me get everybody's attention, please, if I could. How was your trip? Was it good? Yes? All right, let me get everybody's attention. On the path toward our greatest dreams, one of the things that I've realized, and you can go ahead and have a seat again if you'd like. One of the things I've realized on the path toward our greatest dreams is that we have great times. We have challenging times. We have the times that test us, the times where we feel like we go into that cocoon, right? The butterfly or the caterpillar that goes into the cocoon, you might think that caterpillar might consider that perhaps it's the end of the world just before they begin to flap their wings and realize that they can fly. And it's one of the reasons why we come out here to Bali. And when I was in that cocoon period for 12 years of my life, what I didn't realize was that it was that formation that would allow me to eventually fly. And wherever you are right now on your journey, one of the things that I've realized along the way is that, once again, those challenging times turn us into the person who can make our dreams ultimately come true. I believe, raise your hand if you believe we were born for a reason. All right? So we were born for a reason. Our greatest obligation is to discover what our true north is and shine so brightly that we give others permission to shine the same. The gift that I leave you with here tonight, if you go to chrishowardexperiences.com, this is a real paid training. People have already paid to be in this training. You can't do it tomorrow. You can't do it anyplace else because this is a training that people are already paying for. It's going to be January 23rd through the 25th. It's called Design Your Destiny, the Life Compass Experience. It's based on The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and it's to help you get your true north and align everything that's ever happened to you so that you rocket yourself forward. Fill out the form on there. We'll do a prize draw, and 10 of you will win that. It's been a pleasure having the opportunity to come and share my story with you, a little bit about my story. There's so much more, and some of the gifts that I've been shared, that other people have shared with me along the way. So thanks for being here this evening. I'm going to turn the microphone back over to our man, Daniel, and thank you guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, brother. I need a hug. Where's that? Actually, before you go off the stage,
Yes.
can we get one photo? I need my claim to fame.